I want to talk to you about how to get delivery contracts this year. And the thing is that if you're trying to really stabilize your load revenue this year, it's important to know exactly how to get those delivery contracts, whom to talk to, how to go about advertising your business, but most importantly, how to scale. Okay. But before I actually get into the whole nitty gritty, I want to explain to you what delivery contracts really are in the first place because a lot of folks have different views about delivery contracts, different definitions, and those definitions are not always correct. Okay, so whether you are a truck, let's say a trucker, or you are a cargo van driver, it's important to know that delivery contracts will vary depending on the niche that you're in. Okay, so delivery contracts, sometimes known as delivery orders, are basically agreements that provide for the delivery of goods, okay? All kinds of goods, hazmats, perishable, reefer, whatever, okay? Now, those types of agreements typically do not specify the exact quantities needed to be delivered, usually only the minimum and maximum amounts. So there is some kind of flexibility that's actually instilled, that's actually baked into the contracts at the very beginning. So what those agreements do specify are, for instance, the clauses and terms that define the conditions of the contract, right? Including the cadence of the deliveries and how much customers will pay. So, how much your customer will pay, maybe based on the load, based on the route, based on the timing, too. Now, a few of the standard clauses and terms include late delivery clauses, for instance, okay, delivery terms and payment terms. So if you are going to really look for a delivery contract, you want to have at a minimum a late delivery clause, a delivery like a set of delivery terms, but also a payment terms. So let me explain to you quickly what delivery clause really means. Well, delivery companies often include a late delivery clause in their contracts to help improve the customer experience by enforcing deadlines. For example, the clause may actually dictate that the shipper pay a penalty fee for late deliveries, for instance. Okay. What about delivery terms? Well, the delivery terms of a contract specify what customers can expect, like shippers, including the cadence and method of the deliveries, such as, let's say, bi monthly air freight shipments or a one time delivery shipped via truck. So that's kind of important to really make sure everybody's on the same page. So if you are, how do you get delivery contracts? Let me explain to you the steps you need to take if you want to get delivery contracts this year. The first thing that you want to do here is that you got to really think about the route that you want to really follow, and that route has to deal with the delivery services that you will offer. Because when it comes to delivery contracts, you have all kinds of possibilities. But if you do not define the delivery services that you will be offering, you are not going to really speak to the right niche, to the right audience, to the right demographics, to the right psychographics. Because it's not just about saying, listen, I'm going to haul this load from point A to point B, or I'm going to really haul this load at midnight, or I'm going to do early morning or late nights. No, it's about being very clear from the get go about the delivery services that you will be offering. So, outlining your services will help you focus the scope of your operations, which, when you think about it, will make it easier to optimize and scale as your business grows. Because your business will grow, that's for sure. If you're doing the right thing, your business will grow. And you're taking care of customer service, your business will grow. The question is, how are you going to scale as your business grows, okay? And so choosing which delivery services you will offer will also help you identify potential customers so you can develop a marketing plan. And you got to have a marketing plan if you want to really address those psychographics that I spoke about a little earlier when I said psychographics just means demographics, psychology, and geography. That's what it means. You're able to evaluate what makes sense for your business and also what you can realistically provide. If you're looking for delivery contracts this year, you got to be clear as to what you can realistically provide. Don't give high expectations and not really meet them. No, be realistic. What can you actually deliver, and in what time? So consider factors like the size of your delivery team, the payload capacity of your vehicles, and also your service area, your geography, the geography that you cover. Okay. You also want to consider what industry you plan to operate in. Okay. Now, one thing for sure, depending on the delivery services that you offer, you may need standard certifications like a commercial driver's license, a CDL, for a full fledged delivery company. Okay. But everything depends on the specific niche that you're in. So, if you want to get delivery contracts this year, you also want to start reaching out to local companies. I mean, everybody tells you go to this app, sign up for this app, whatever. But those local shippers, those local customers are always there. They are the construct of the local economy, and sometimes they are the foundation of your stable cash flow operations. Okay, the thing is, after you define your geography, why should you invest money on Google ads or Facebook ads trying to reach out to folks that are like maybe 1,000 miles away from where your business is operating at? You can just reach out to those local stores, store owners, those local business owners, those local retailers. I mean, you're driving a car, you're driving a vehicle, right? Why can't you just drive downtown and see what kind of services you can really provide for those business owners downtown, for instance? Start where you are at. Okay, start where you are at. Don't try to really think about having OTR. No, do urban deliveries. Do suburban deliveries to start with. Okay, because when you think about it, it's easier to win local delivery contracts than it is to win larger national contracts because you won't have to compete with the larger shippers and distributors like FedEx, Amazon, UPS, or USPS, or even DHL for that matter. So if you focus, let's say, on local companies, you are able to do a lot of things. For example, you can identify and cater to specific delivery needs in the area, and that's cheaper too. You don't have to drive hundreds of miles to actually deliver your loads, right? So that's important. Let me give you an example. You may plan around regional considerations like transporting fish via a refrigerator truck like a reefer along the coast. That's kind of cheap too. I mean, think about gas prices going up like crazy nowadays. So think local, okay? Now, you can find local businesses online by searching for companies in relevant industries that operate within your service area. And then you can refine your search by focusing on new businesses that are less likely to have an existing relationship with another delivery company, right? So compile a list of companies you plan to contact, including details like the name of the person you hope to speak to and you plan to contact them. Okay, that's important. Another way you can get delivery contracts this year is to actually optimize your website and utilize SEO. I know I've said before that you can try Google Ads or Facebook Ads, but if you invest in SEO, this is actually a more stable, a more consistent way to drive traffic to your website, to your delivery website. Okay, but one thing for sure, SEO takes time. You're not going to really be on top of Google search results like overnight. It takes time, maybe 6 months, maybe 9 months, maybe 1 year, depending on how competitive your niche is. Okay, your area also is your local area, your geography. Okay, but the cool thing is that it's a good investment. If you want to get delivery contracts, actually optimizing your website, it's a good investment because you can really direct traffic to your website from maybe your social media accounts, your Facebook account, your Instagram page, for instance, or your who knows, your Pinterest or Snapchat, for instance. So if you have a pretty optimized website, you are giving customers and also search engines what they want. In other words, you are basically providing valuable information. So a good website will look modern and also be easy to navigate, which helps keeping your web page up to date and ensuring that your contact information and service offerings are actually easy to find. Please make sure that your website is also responsive. In other words, it's actually it's actually it looks good on handheld devices, on mobile phones, for instance. You can also use software to improve route efficiency. Okay, if you're trying to really get delivery contracts this year, the more deliveries your team is able to complete, the larger the contracts you can win, and the higher your profits will be. Right? And efficient routes are the key to maximizing deliveries. So optimizing your routes helps you cut down on driving time by helping you actually find the most direct path to each destination. That means what? It means you won't just increase delivery efficiency, you'll also cut fuel and labor costs. And in this economy, you know how much fuel can really eat into your profits. Okay. So the best way to improve efficiency is by implementing delivery planning software, which really automates key tasks like routing, delivery, driver scheduling, and even last mile delivery. So that's important. Another way to get delivery contracts this year is to actually think about marketing. And I'm not just speaking about marketing, let's say in a very closed, as a closed concept. I'm speaking about marketing as a very broad concept. You want to market your company, and you can market your company, let's say, on social media. You can market your company on like you can market your company offline by distributing flyers, for instance. Okay, so when you reach out to those local retailers downtown, for instance, you want to have maybe a few flyers here and there, and ask them politely if you can leave those flyers there. Okay, but you got to really market your business. Now, one thing I've seen in this economy is that it's just a lot easier and cheaper, by the way, to actually market your business through social media. I mean, people tell you, well, you can try email marketing, you can try landing page design, whatever, whatever. But those things cost money because you have to pay the landing page builder every month. You have to pay whatever. But if you set up a good Facebook page and you really activate that page, and you are constant on your page. In other words, you post every now and then, you are going to really accumulate a follower base really fast. Okay, on Facebook, for instance. Okay, or you can try Pinterest if you are going into a niche deliveries. So that's actually a pretty cheap way, a pretty how do I call it? A pretty automatic way to market your business. Okay, now of course you have also, if you want to push a little further, if you want to push the strategy further, you can think about traditional marketing, or also Google My Business. So traditional marketing includes radio ads, local newspapers, and even billboards. Now, those tools are great, but they cost money. I mean, you can target your marketing efforts in a specific region, that's for sure, if you have the budget for it. Okay, but if you don't have the budget, try social media, or even try setting up your Google My Business page. Because what happens here is that a complete Google My Business page will display details about your business that may actually turn browsers into customers. So make sure you include a company's a company website link, contact information, and also customer reviews that can really sway clients who may be on the fence. So just think about that. Let's say in a more holistic way. If you want to get delivery contracts this year, use a courier site to find delivery contracts. I mean, you can use a site or apps. So, I mean, nowadays with technology, you have apps also. Okay. The cool thing is that when it comes to a courier site, you can think about which one can I think about right now. I'm just blanking right now, but there are a lot of them. I mean, you can even think about Uber. Uber, for instance. You can think about Ship, for instance. Okay, and you ship, not ship, you ship. Okay, so the bottom line is what? The bottom line is that a courier site functions as a job board for delivery drivers. So instead of actually paying for a load board, okay, you can just register on a courier site. And couriers can actually search the sites for contracts, view delivery job details, and actually bid on contracts. So that's actually a low key strategy if you want to get delivery contracts all year long. Now, are you going to get paid big dollars? Maybe not. Big money? No. But at least you have consistent revenue. Okay. Now, courier sites actually make it easier for courier services to find clients and begin growing a customer base. Okay, that's important. One thing I want you to really remember that you're not going to get something full time, or let's say something on the long run, because those courier sites, they may list temporary contracts only. Okay, so if shippers hope to avoid slowdowns in business, they'll need to continually pitch their company and win delivery contracts. So this is something you have to really think about big time. So if you want to pitch your company for delivery contracts, just remember that it's all about how you really position yourself. It's the kind of geography you're in, the kind of customers you're going after, and how often you are reaching out to them. Don't reach out to them when you just need to increase revenue. No, you have to build the relationship from the get go, and relationships take time. Okay, it's those things are not happening overnight. You have to really think about the whole thing as a strategy, and not just as a long term strategy, but as a medium term strategy. So one thing I want you to really understand here is that if you want to start making deliveries for your business, you got to really ask yourself. Okay, you got to ask yourself what kinds of deliveries you want to make, and the deliveries that you want to make will depend on the vehicle that you have. If you have a cargo van, obviously you're not going to think about delivering reefer products, okay, or perishable products, or hazmat products, unless you have the right, unless you have let's say a retrofitted, okay, you have fitted the vehicle accordingly according to regulations also. So it's important to understand that you want to pay attention to what works for the specific vehicle that you currently have. That's number one. The geography that you're in. Number two, timing. Okay, obviously during the holiday season, you have more opportunities than let's say May or March or whatever. Okay, you also have to think about the specific customer service that you are offering. I mean, it's very easy to reach out to let's say retailers downtown, but how do you maintain the relationship? What kind of customer service do you have? How do you really elicit? How do you trigger customer loyalty? How do you want the shipper to always come back to you? What kind of incentives do you have in place for the shipper to feel special? Okay, to actually count on you or rely on you for future deliveries. Those are things you have to think about beforehand. You can't just think of them like, let's say randomly. Okay, and so even if you go to a courier site, a courier board, a load board, if you go to a load board and get delivery contracts, you don't have those contracts on a consistent basis. On top of that, you are vying for a few contracts with multiple entrepreneurs, multiple delivery companies. Okay, you're not alone. So this is a very competitive niche. If you want to really work one on one with a shipper, it's important to really build the relationship. But most importantly, it's also important to add value. In other words, why should they go through you for their products delivery services? Why should they go through you versus another delivery service? So think about those questions beforehand. So the takeaway here is that in today's conversation, I'll share with you how to get delivery contracts this year. And so from the delivery services that you offer all the way to your business marketing, there are a lot of things you can do to actually get delivery contracts on a consistent basis this year. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.